Hey, Sonetta, I got a question for you. Won't you tell me why it is that the world of academia, intellectual circles, respected scientists, reputable theologians, and world-renowned thinkers and philosophers, innovators, leaders in their field, people that are actually in the labs, on the ground, in the classrooms, figuring out ways to beat diseases, advance medicine and technology, etc., why do they not have anything like the House of Consciousness?
I have become greatest of the great. I have come into being among the beings who clear the vision of the soul eye. I know why a greatest block is made for a what? A what? So we never disrespect the king.
Because God, when the flood took place, 40 days, 40 nights, he allowed so much as a pig. He put a spirit on the pig. He let the women eat their own babies. How come God put a spirit on the Israelites to stop them from eating their own children?
Kemet on trial, title of that damn lecture. Destroyed the Hebrews with the power of our ancestors. Our clans better didn't talk or debate on Daniela. Or Zion Lex, don't hate on Kemet, y'all fans betcha. And Sonetta, bringing knowledge to the masses. With the undisputed knowledge they don't teach in classes. Kemet, Black Power movement, do you understand? We on trial, Hebrews thought they had the upper hand. Polite, killed them with that footage from the motherland. Hushar too much rah-rah, Nazi Elder Gabar. The young Yamwan Sop, when is y'all gon' stop? We got tombs and mummies, y'all just got some rocks. Me and my squad illa, plus the Magi and the God Killer. Shout out to Hepshesut and the King Haru, the son of Amin-Ra, Asepata Asa. Now Valley's here, we came to bring it home. Kim is back to claim the throne.
Okay, so I need to tell people, please, wake up. They can't show me or show the bones of anybody in the Bible. They can't show me no Hebrew, if the Hebrews built the pyramids, where did pyramids...
Like the video, thumb up the video.
Amin-Ra squad up, Magi archers in the building, please believe. Oh shit. If you ain't Sonetta, no time for that interview, dog. I put my shit out for niggas, I don't send it to blogs. Clan kill off the Buddha, not being discreet. One puff, this big pops and projectile between the sheets. Sun run, cold game, bring your cleats. The best flow blow, Eskimo, penguin feet. Don't need no blunt to burn. You run the turf with 10 niggas on the block. That's a punt return. Ayo, Dolomite prototype soldier with the solar light. Saber and he hold it like he hold a mic. Golden ice pendants. Sipping on that overpriced poltergeist spirits. Ripping at the open mic. Quote the nice lyrics like Mama move mean overnight. Golden motorbike holding on some Tron shit. That nice neon kit is on it. The king's libation with exotic liqueur. The queen's vibration like a Sada Shakur. A lot of the poor imported foreign threads, they ain't got it to store. Nubian Kush and black top pottery jaws, 39% THC, the quality pure. Old rappers try to spit ain't hot as before. It's like I'm 5 flights above, busting shots at the floor. Cats switch up their style when they ain't got it no more. Cause they gotta keep their product in stores to feed their kids. See what that weed did? The yes man agreeing on everything we said. I smell the mic like it's the love of my life. Don't get sliced and beat with the butt of the knife. Brother polite, I say I'm animalistic, cause I still be in the hood with my hand on my pistol. The Hebrews think I'm cannibalistic, E5 divination, channel the mystic, audio visionary. Let's play poetical dictionary. Picture me burning down your missionary. Yeah, then I send you religion. That red dot on your head, that's Hindu tradition. Invisible, independent, intrinsic shit. I'll bring it all to an end with indivisible games. Charles Xavier, getting your brain. Mental anguish, a manifesting physical pain. Wizard remains to dance in the chemical rain. Breathe slow, then I'm up out of this physical plane. Got military machinery that exercise, weaponized greenery. Shine at a jeopardize the scenery, son. Bruh, the beam 10 times your distance. inclines be benching, stock rising with no trend line resistance. The parabolic breakout, I'm F-16 with the aeronautic fake out.
God killer, the God killer, the God killer, the God killer, it's the God killer, the God killer, that's who it is. The God killer, the God killer, it's the God killer, the God killer, the God killer, the God killer, it's the God killer, the God killer, the God killer, the God killer, it's the God killer. Well-organized lie defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woo-hoo-wee. Man, y'all already know what it is, man. It's God Killer in the house. And I'm coming to do what I got to do. And I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm standing tall. I'm standing strong. Hey, Bobby banging this bitch. What's good, family? Ah, man, y'all already know, man. It's going down, man. We got about a month and a week where we're going to go ahead and display, like, what's science, man. We're going to figure out what African spirituality is, man. Somebody going to have to chill. Somebody faking. Somebody doing way too much. Somebody overextending themselves. Misplacing facts. Acting like it ain't what it is. Acting like you can't make it without African spirituality. What in the world is going on? I'm not African because I was born in Africa. I'm African because Africa is in me. All Homo sapiens sapiens are African apes. We just represent the group of Africans that was a part of the largest transcontinental slave trade. That was a part of the largest forced migration on earth. That's what we represent. We was carted off like products and goods. We represent that. But we're about 400 years removed, and we have developed ideas and concepts in this melting pot that they call North America. We have fought for our rights to be sovereign. We have fought for our rights to be recognized. The great ancestors on this land have fought to be black and proud. And I use the term black as a political statement, and I do not force somebody else to use it. So I'm going to be representing September the 15th, them black Americans. Them black Americans that love Africa, but clearly understand where we at. We don't live in delusion, ladies and gentlemen. We live in the now, and we study for the future to be ready. We study our past, but refuse to allow there to be a weight to stop us from moving forward. Say, cool, he's the weight. He wants you stuck in the Stone Age. He seems to think that he can bring something forward that potentially hadn't worked when it was forced to come up against a different idea, a different concept, a totally different ideology. So don't get mad at me. Don't hate me. Hate the game. The game made me. I was raised in Baltimore, Maryland, 21215. I clearly understand what side my bread is buttered on. Hey, man, look. Up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's another cult leader coming. That shit's insane. Hey, man, good morning out there, man. Shout out to all my haters, man. I like to always shout my haters out first. They will always make the mistake and say what I didn't say and make the mistake in not understanding what I did say. John Henry Clark. So it's been a fight in this community, man, to actually have the ability to not believe. It's been a real fight. It seems to be a problem when we try to promote clarity through science. It seems to be a problem when we decide to look at other successful communities and get ideas from it. That seems to be the way of Homo sapiens sapien, but yet there's a new thing out here that claims that we can do it all by ourselves. Start over again. Remake the wheel. Don't do this. Don't do that. Because of this color, because of that color. Y'all act like we're going to forget who we are and where we came from. Remember, that's what we promote right here, man. We promote that the African American, Black Americans come from Africa. Remember, we promote the fighting for our financial liberation based off of monies owed to our ancestors for being part of the largest forced migration on planet Earth. It was the global economy. They have become successfully rich, filthy rich, off of the backs and labor of Black Americans. We just want our peace. We ain't forgot. We stand strong on that, and we will continue to teach our kids that. But we won't give them the bull crap information. We ain't got to make nothing up. We ain't got to act like we the Hebrews. We ain't got to act like we the cowboys and Indians. We ain't got to act like none of that. We ain't got to act like we the Moors. We ain't got to act like we the damn Egyptians. There's technology out there that can get you real, real close, but some of y'all just won't use it. We're reaching heights and levels of education that needs to be pushed in the community because the African American community watch a lot of YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. We are participating at high levels. Everybody's like this on their phone all day, every day. I want to make sure that when they run across this feed, they get something that's super solid. Now, I ain't never told a person not to practice their religion, and I ain't never told a person not to be spiritual. But what I said was science and religion and spirituality, because they always act like it's different, which is not, should never be mixed. You can't mix the two. It's like drinking and driving, ladies and gentlemen. You can't drink and drive. You're going to always mess it up. So mixing science and African spirituality, I liken it to drinking and driving. You're going to always crash. Homo sapiens sapiens stayed crashing for real in their own mind until they learned to separate the two. And when they learned to separate the two, poof, that's when it opened up for them. So yeah, we represent that class right there that's really serious about the work, man. Very serious about our people and making sure they have a diverse education, because that is the order of the day. The rule of thumb on planet Earth is diversify or die. Everything is everything. I see you, man. I see you. I see you, the goddess. Gemini, what it do? Joel Armstrong, what it do? What it do? What it do? I see you. Hold 1 second. 1 second.
Yeah, we right here. We ain't going nowhere. It's a hell of a profile picture right there. You either spooked out or you not, man. I'm gonna drop that link early, man. Everybody's talking about the Alabama Mayhammer. That was fun. It's good to see that human beings can fight without shooting the goddamn self. How about that? You know what I'm saying? I swear. About time they was getting it in like we used to get it in. When you finish, you blow your fist. Or ice your eye. And you ain't got to go to the morgue. That was a good old-fashioned scramble, jamble, throw the hands, stand up and fight. And the only reason the man ain't really get hurt, yo, because people helped out, even did out. The young brother, the 16-year-old, swam across the water, but he was on some real, yeah, he went hard. I'm saying, without a dove in the water, depending on what I had on, yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. I don't know if I'd have dove in that dirty water like that, yo. I'm not sure, yo. I'm not sure. Now, if I was there on that side, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd have threw some hair. I ain't gonna let y'all, nah, yo, we ain't gonna let you beat, nah, we ain't doing that. We ain't gonna let you get beat up like that. We just stood all the way up, yo. But I don't know about diving that damn water. That was an extra. That's what make him special. See, I wouldn't be special for that. I'd be like, hold on, yo. Nah, I done spent about $350 for the shoes and a nice shirt. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm gonna dive. It would have to be a direct family member for me to dive in that water like that, or some peoples I grew up with for real. I ain't talking about the dudes you just speak to when you see them, but dudes that you know got you, because that was an extraordinary feat right there, and that's an extraordinary teenager, man. I sent them a cash app, yo. I was like, yeah, that was extra, shorty. I'll give it to you, man. Bobby Bang with the dove in that water like that, though. Nope. No. Mm-mm. But yeah, it's good to see that human beings can work out their differences with the hands. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this is a start to go back to working out with the hands. I don't think so, but it was a good start, man. Let me drop this link, man. What's on y'all mind, man? We had a Iron Raw last night, man, on Community Skeptics, man, and on the House of Conscience, man. That was a great yeah, that was a great show we had. Let's see what y'all talking about. Let's see what's in the chat. I'm gonna mess with the chat today. I would have fought anyway, but I would have jumped into the water. What? Yeah, you gotta fix that comment. I don't get it. I would have fought anyway, but I would not have jumped into. Maybe you was trying to say that. Mm-hmm. All right. Tony King Star, because of you, I did some research on him, and it was very interesting. Right, man. We gotta open up your pineal gland. See, if I talk like that, you're like, yeah, them synapses be finding, oh, the pineal gland. Yeah. Stop it. Let's knock it off. Stop it off. Yeah. How they say stop it, yo. So, man, did I put that in there, man? Y'all hit that link, man. It's something y'all want to talk about, man. Some African spirituality. Maybe you think that's the answer. Then let's talk about it. What it mean, right? Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. There was a let me send it to the server. Maybe the server can jump on. Hey, I see you, Morpheus. What it do, man? Queen Immersion, what it do, man? Oh, yeah. Absolutely, Morpheus, man. Appreciate you, bro. All right. Scoop, what's up with you? Fake Tang, what's up with you, man? What it do? Ari, shout out Joel Armstrong. Name Smith is in the building. All right. Who else in here? The homie Stefan. Sax B. Metro. Mr. Metro, what's good with you? Magi, I see you. Al Bambada. Is that what you say? Boom bang. Did I say it right? Hey, Ghana, yo, you always tripping. D Mac. What's up? So yeah, you know, in the conversations, man, with the cowboys and Indians, right? They want to know about, I don't know why they want to know about the we call it transitional fossil. They wanted to call it the missing link. So let's kind of talk about the missing link for a minute and see what exactly is that coming from. Let's see. I mean, you're really outdated when you're using that term, missing link. But I'll just appease you for a minute. You're definitely outdated with it. All right. Hey man, hit that Cash App early and often, man. I see you. What's up, Alex? Hey man, that's some love right there. Mr. Sharp, I appreciate you. That means y'all serious about y'all education early in the morning. That means y'all respecting the work that we do. All right. And I always appreciate that. See, I build up a war chest, man. All right. Build up a war chest so I can dig into it, man, and get things I need, man. Sometimes the interviewers will require some bread, man. We do that. It's just, you know what I'm saying? We ain't just going on buying some damn sneakers with it. We ain't doing that. Man, we build up a war chest around here, man. I've always been that way, man. Relieve me of some of the responsibilities, you know what I'm saying? Man, I also appreciate the donation of equipment, man. Brother Brendan, man, he donated some equipment, brand new equipment, man. I appreciate that, man. And so through the years, man, you know, y'all have definitely showed love, man. And I actually appreciate that continued thing. So let me show y'all this real quick, right? So y'all can see where the mistake is always made. It's always made right here. All right. This picture right here, the symbolic portrayal of human evolution, wrongly implies that evolution is a linear and progressive. So y'all got fooled by this. Oh man. This never was it. It was symbolic. All right. Simple as that. Going from monkey all the way up to walking upright to humans. All right. Yeah, that's not it. So evolution is not linear, doesn't go in one direction, it has no direction, right? That's wrong. Like I said, wrongly implies. And it's not progressive, right? It's just simply a mutations that work good enough in this environment. And if it works in this environment just good enough, that organism will live to the age of reproduction, reproduce, and transfer those genes. Remember, evolution occurs in a population and not an individual. Right? So I don't know why y'all be worried about the monkeys. There's definitely in the story, or the chimpanzees. There's definitely in the stories, or the misquoted missing links. I don't know why y'all worry about that, because we talk about, and the cabbage and the lettuce. We worry about the cabbage and we worry about the lettuce. That's nonsense. And we leave out time. So it's hard for me to really, for y'all to understand geological time, right? All right. And there's that word hypothetical. It says the missing link is a hypothetical or recent discovered transitional fossil. It is often used in popular science and in the media for any new transitional form. It says the term originated to describe the hypothetical intermediate in the evolutionary series of arthropod ancestors and anatomically modern humans. The term was influenced by a pre-Darwin evolution theory of the great chain of being and the now outdated notion of orthogenesis, that simple organisms are more primitive than complex organisms. They say the term missing link has been supported by geneticists since the evolutionary trees only have data at the tips and the nodes of their branches. It say the rest is inference and not evidence of fossils. However, it has fallen out of favor with anthropologists because it implies the evolutionary process is a linear phenomenon and that forms originated consecutively in a chain. Instead, the last common ancestor is preferred since this does not have any connotation of linear evolution, as evolution is branching process. There is no single missing link. The scanty transitional fossils can be attributed to the incompleteness of the fossil record. There you go. We got you. I don't see what I'm saying. It's shut up. It's definitely 1,000,000% better than any biblical evidence you think you got. We did a whole morning show on on fossils and how things fossilize. Go back and look at that. So if we was to find every bone on planet Earth, you could see the complete picture. But since you can't find every bone because what? Because of geological time, because of the process of decay, because of things moving, earthquakes, weather patterns, floods, things are everywhere at times. So we take advantage of what we have. We might not have what you need, but scientists have what they need to make determinations. And since y'all not scientists, yeah, we definitely ain't listening to that. And we can't pay attention to you because you're moved by what you move by. Yeah, you move by this. Hold on. This is what most people are moved by. We're going to keep pounding this. The difference between subjective and objective information. Once again, most of us are moved by subjective information. Subjective is a term that refers to someone's personal opinion or feelings regarding a particular subject matter. Subjective views or opinions are not based on truth or fact. They are one's personal, unique interpretation of an idea and their own thoughts, feelings, and background. This is what we talked about. So we're looking for objective, okay? We're looking for, let's see, the word objective refers to factual data-based information that is not informed by biases. And we could just stop right there. All right. We're looking for data points. We're looking for empirical data. We can go have a conversation on Thanksgiving or Christmas time and get subjective views. We was raised up in subjective views. The conscious community is a pseudo-subjective view place. And when you try to move over to objective, right, you are literally crucified. And it is the weirdest thing. I'm not knocking you personal opinion. We can have that. But when we engage in a conversation, then you can't be mad at me for that. Like the whole cowboy and Indian thing. It's very subjective. It's not evidence-based. And they pick and choose what evidence they want to use, right? One day they'll use this. Okay? One day they'll use that. Watch this. One day they'll vehemently fight evolution and how it don't occur. All right, hold on. Watch this. And I ain't just picking on people, man. I'm just, the religious do it. Not folly. Did I say that right? Dulcinea. They do the same damn thing. I was trying to figure out they daggone. Not folly and Dulcinea got a hell of a skill set, though. They do. it's a couple people I can look at and say, yo, they got a hell of a skill set with that pseudo ass shit they be talking about. I say, man, I'm gonna have to let me sit back, let me study them a little bit. Con Calloway. Yo, he got a hell of a skill set, yo. I mean, they do. If you don't recognize the teams you're trying to stomp out and recognize their strengths and weaknesses, yo, then you ain't really doing your job. Like, I never just discount nobody out. Like, say, cool, got a hell of a skill set. Niggas, they be just like that. Yes, and the African spirituality and such, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna conquer the world again, and we're gonna get it back because the African spirituality brings the African back to the thing, and it does, and it puts us exactly with, and the nigga don't move like this. Anyhow, you know what I'm saying? But now I be like, man, y'all going for that? And he say shit you didn't even say, and he make it up, and he sound good, and he hit you with the African spirituality. Get y'all. Dulcinea be spoke. She be confident in what she be saying. You be like, confident. She gonna be, and she keep the tone, and she stay right there, and she's measured, and she the folly. She got the thing on her head wrapped around, and she's a little bit conked to the side, and she be spitting it like it's real. Yo, I be like, damn. Sometimes I'm like, that shit's stupid. Y'all looking at me like, oh, this nigga think he on the block. I can't help it sometimes. But I'm gonna steal a little bit from that game. I'm just, because I can't believe y'all go for that. Look, watch this. This is what y'all go for on a regular basis. All right. I put a pin in the transitional fossil for a minute, missing link. Right. I'm gonna show you how wild this whole thing is. Watch this. I just want to pull this up right here. I want to pull up. Hold on. Damn it, I just had it. I want to deal with a 130-year-old fine real fast, right? And so the Cowboys and Indians should never use this. Yeah, they should never use this. It makes no sense to use this. Look, tell me how this makes sense, because it don't. Got 106,000 people in the building. So watch this. Controversial study claims that humans reached the Americas 1,000 years earlier, right? Talked about this yesterday on the serial killers, right? So the cowboy and Indian black population that deny their roots in Africa and deny that evolution never occurred, and DNA tests is like roach spray to them, they won't do it. Why would they bring an evolutionary find, a fossil? Remember, we talked about fossils, right? And hominids. Look, we could look up hominid. What's a hominid, right? Why would they bring any such thing like that? Think about what they're doing. Look. Why would they do this? Hominini, taxon tribe, subfamily, hominidae. Hominini includes the extinct genera, Homo, humans, Pan, chimpanzees, bonobos. Why would they gorilla? Look. See? They didn't already killed themselves. Why would they bring any scientific paper with these terms on it when they don't agree to none of that? But you got to be sharp. The text on classification of hominids. You got to be sharp to know that they fooling themselves. All they see is the damn number. Lie to you not, man. Listen, look, all they see is this number. In the Americas, they see that number and they see that. Look, this all they see. Look. That's all they see. They see ancient humans. They don't know what a damn ancient human is. They're not even sure. They see this word. Boom, humans. They see this word, North America, around 30,000 years ago. And they say, yes, we won. Yes, I told you it was older than Africa. And they do all that. And all I'm saying is, let it go. Yeah, let it go. What are you doing? What have you done? You've crashed yourself now at this point. You're at the mercy of science right now. So we're taking this off the table for the cowboys and Indians. Cowboys and Blendians. They're no longer allowed to use these finds because these finds, right, take you back to hominini. I just showed you. These finds, right, take you back to what? Neanderthal, Denisovan. Why? Because humans aren't just Homo sapiens. They could be Homo Neanderthals. Shout out to Neanderthal James. He don't understand shit. Homo Denisovans. Shout out to the Cowboys and Blendians. They don't know shit. So what they potentially thought or think could be humans could be Neanderthal humans, Denisovan humans, Homo erectus humans. Don't got to be human Homo sapiens sapien. And by the way, they did not find any human bones. They have not found the bones of Homo Neanderthal, North America. They have not found the bones of Homo Denisovan at 130,000 years ago. And they sure as hell have not found Homo sapiens sapien bones. There's some things that are clear here. You find settlements 120,000 years in Asia, which kind of changed the narrative on the out of Africa theory, right? But you find 350,000-year-old bones in Morocco. You find 250,000-year-old bones in South Africa, 190,000-year bones in what you would call Olduvole Gorge, Omo One Man, right? And so it is clear that whatever thing you find in North America had to come from Africa. But what they didn't find was they didn't find an actual bone. They found a mastodon. So they don't even read the shit enough to know that they didn't even really find humans. They found what they thought may have been a tool, like this right here. Possible shape of ancient humans, a hammer stone. Possible shape of ancient humans found in California, date to 130,000 years ago. And let's just say they find something at 300 or 450,000 years. They found some bones of humans, right? They still would have had to evolve. Because in the fossil record, the deeper you go down, you see things change over millions of years. They do not stay the same. This is clear evidence that things change over time, and we call it evolution, ladies and gentlemen. So we cannot no longer allow them to use none of this stuff. This doesn't even make sense to use this stuff. It just doesn't. And so if y'all continue to let them use that, that's y'all fault. Okay? So we're not doing it. It's funny how they did it. Let's see. Do I want to do I got the thing? Let me see. I'll play the tape and let y'all. So let's get right to this quick find right here. Then we open it up for y'all, man. Where y'all at, man? Let me see. This is what I wanted to bring y'all this morning. Something slick. Let me see what I can do. All right. Hold on. Not Anthropithecus. Yep. That's Nyanzipithecus. I think that's what it. That's it. Let me see. Nyanzipithecus. Nyanzipithecus. Yep, I said that right. All right, let me show y'all what this looks like real quick. Y'all always looking for a transitional or the last common ancestor. There you go. Scientific America, man. Subscribe. I'm actually subscribed to this. Nyanzipithecus. At least see. That's the skull right there. The most complete extinct ape skull ever found reveals what the last common ancestors of all living apes and humans might have looked like, according to new study. The 13-million-year-old infant skull, which its discovered nickname Alisi, was unearthed in Kenya, not in America. So you gotta have all that. Hey man, shout out to Columbus Hill, man. Some love right there. Hey, Joe, that's some love right there, man. Stop playing, man. That's love right there, yo. Mm-hmm. Yep. See, we getting it. Mm. Hold on. Oh, man. Okay. All right. 1 second, Joe. Hold on. All right, we're in the game. So, all right, y'all see what y'all looking at? Scientific America. I belong to this. Like right here, ancient fossil from Morocco messes up modern human origin. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to this right here. That's in Kenya. Remember, there's a lot of fossils in Kenya, not in North America. So we don't find these old 13 million year old infant skulls in North America. We don't find none of that. And the record reveals itself to be, as of 2023, maybe 15,000 years. That's why the whole thing is ridiculous. It say amongst the living primates, humans are the most closely related to the apes, which include the lesser apes, the gibbons, and the great apes, the chimpanzees, gorillas, and orangutan. It say these so-called hominids, is the words again. That is, the gibbons, great apes, humans emerged and diversified. There's that diversity during the Miocene epoch. Learn what that is. We talk about those periods one day. Approximately 23 million to 5 million years ago. The last common ancestor that humans had with chimpanzees lived about 6 million years ago. Why y'all tripping off of something 6 million years ago? So that's just some light work on the subject, man. Let me drop this down, man. Let me see where we're at with the time, man. I want to hear from y'all this morning, man. Show some love, man. If not, man, you know, we can get up out of here, man. Wonder what y'all talking about. Afro Asiatic 19. What you talking about? Drop that link. I ain't put the link in the server. My fault. My fault. My fault. Anybody want to get up here? Let me see. Uh-huh. All right, 1 second. Yeah, so this is, you know what I'm saying? That information right there is good, man. Solid, man. And this is definitely one of the tools I use, Scientific America. Right? It's a good tool to actually lead you to some even better work. Right? You just go to the sources that they actually use and get a real good understanding of what the hell is going on around you. That way you're not in conversations and left out there, man. We got 121,000 in the building, man. And I appreciate y'all in here, man. Grand Rising, Raw. Monsieur. Y'all think I hate the Egyptians. I don't. I actually don't. I actually appreciate. All right, let me see. Genome-wide data have revealed significant Eurasian ancestry in African population assimilated across a long time scale. Initial studies limited this Eurasian migration to a single event in East Africa. Yeah, we actually read a thing talking about how Sub-Saharan Africa and all that was migrating in North Africa. So y'all actually, since y'all like the term, right? Everybody tried to eliminate, which was ridiculous, to eliminate sub-Saharan Africans out of North America was retarded. And even the term is retarded. And that's a new term too, sub-Saharan African. Just for the record, yo. You know, we could actually put that, and I forget the name of the database, you put it in there. You can actually see when this shit actually popped up in books and literature and newspapers and stuff. Very recent. Maybe in the 70s, I believe. That's wild, right? Mm-hmm. It absolutely is. Yeah. Yeah, man, we at the 50-minute mark. Hold on, let me drop. 1 second. Why did I do that? Hold on. Oh, man, Neil got me. Can't play Neil. Let me see. It's not a copyright strike. Does not affect your account status. Won't be playing Neil no more. Neil say, don't play me. You can, but I want the monetization. All right, we with that. We ain't tripping. Let me see if I can get this link, man. I'm gonna get this link out to people in the service. See where y'all at. Nope, that ain't that. Nope. Let me see. Goodness. But yeah, man. So we just wanted to put some terms together, man, and just to get y'all straight, man. So y'all imagination don't be running wild with you. Because I know the imagination be running wild sometimes, man. That misinformation get to kick it in, get to sounding better. And man, we on a wild goose chase at a certain point. And you know, man, we just need the real thing to kind of, steady us, put us back, put us back in reality, man. I always fight for reality around here. If you don't fight for reality, you be running around a rabbit hole. So for me, it is always important to make sure we stay in reality because that's what the war is for. The battle we got, right? Can't you funny, yo? Oh man, I ain't laughing at that. That's funny, man. People still talking about them shoes, man. Still talking about them shoes, man. That's funny. All right, man. So where we at? What we doing? All right. I think we did a couple things today. Right? We showed that if you're not agreeing to evolution, that's fine. If you think your particular tribal god made humans, that's okay. But leave science alone. No one has ever said that you can't have your and man became story. We never said you couldn't do that. We never said you couldn't believe that. What we said was when we trying to have residual from understanding evolution, when our kids go into these fields of science, become doctors, right, or anthropologists, or whatever they want to have, right, that will later come back to the community and help us out, right? We want them to know the real things. We want them to understand how biology works so that they can potentially help us one day, so they can extend our life. Y'all actually know that's really what science really does. Science is for the human community. Your pseudoisms is for your personal thing, your personal gain. It's not for the greater whole. See, y'all really selfish. I'm not talking about the people listening. I'm just saying the people that fight with their pseudoisms and think that's the actual answer. You're really selfish. You really think about yourself. Science is not thinking about you in particular. Science is looking at the greater whole. That's what science is looking for. To help humanity. Your kids, and great-great-grandkids will benefit off of the innovation that was developed today. You no longer have to walk 500 miles to get to grandma's house. Imagine living in California for the Blendians, Cowboys and Blendians, and having to walk all the way to Delaware. You start out with 30 people. Grandma die from a disease, a virus, a pathogen. Dad get ate up by a bear. Little Joey and little Cynthia get shot up with some bows and arrows. Don't die, but leg get infected and then die. Dad, the mountain man, he endures. He gets stabbed in the arm and take it out and some kind, then put some mud on it. He make it. But you start out with 30. By the time you get to Delaware, you got 10. Now, if you got 30 family members coming from Delaware to California, yo, you're there in 2.5 hours with everybody. That's why I don't know why y'all allow people to come amongst you and fight with that stupid nonsense. We're going to use the ancient spirituality. Stop it. Knock it off. Everything has its place. We've never said not be this and not. We're simply saying that everything has its place and should not be combined because it absolutely makes no sense. Well, my phone is ringing today. Why is that, man? What? I don't know what you're talking about. Jimmy Smith, what are you talking about? The scientists and what? Analyze toy guns? I don't know what you're talking about, man. All right, let's see. You guys all wear flip-flops. Panamania pink. When you leave mama's house. Bad idea. Huh? Pajama pants. Who is this guy? More scientist. No such thing as no damn more science. Stop it. There you go, man. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, man. Hey, look, man. We in this hour, man. You know we like to do this hour show, man. What you missing? Is you missing something? Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I think I'm missing something on the Cash App. What you missing? Anyway, y'all, look, man, I appreciate y'all sliding through, man. I had 121,000 this morning, man. Ain't nobody had no heart today. And go back and look at the interview we did last night, man. It was pretty good, man. Pretty good. Just check out our channels, man. Support the community skeptics, man. Support Black News 102, the House of Conscience, man. Sarnetta TV, man. Sarnetta Universities, man. Like and subscribe to those channels, man. That's important. And y'all know. Let me end with this. Scientific racism does what, Man, scientific racism, man, was one of the key pieces in the line of the largest forced migration on Earth, man. So yeah, that was wild, man. And yeah, we all get it. It was wild, right? But it was the ideas of Charles Darwin that overturned that. So you gotta pick and choose. Okay, they wear flip-flops. I mean, what? I'm trying to figure out when wearing flip-flops. I've been wearing flip-flops a long time, though. We always had flip-flops. We do got one person diving in. Pseudo Killer Official, what's going on, bro?
Man, what's up, man? Good morning to you. Good morning to the chat. I want to say, man, I appreciate the early morning show. Today was another good one. Keep bringing that information, man. What you're doing is powerful, man, and I don't think people understand the value in it. and probably you might be ahead of your time, man. I would say you are and have been for multiple years. People will learn to appreciate what you're doing, what the pseudo killers do, and this scientific information, man. I highly advise people to research and study what you're saying, because it's true. You understand methodology, you understand process, and you understand people. And I think that's some of the biggest issues that we witness on a daily basis in the conscious community. Because I heard you, it was funny, but you mentioned about, people believe that their God just, boom, 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 pow, and people just came out.
Yeah.
It spoke to your understanding of process. Humans have developmental periods. Like we weren't born with this all-seeking, all-knowing knowledge and somehow lost it over time. We go through developmental processes where we learn from our previous either ancestors or mistakes, whether it's within our lifetime or other people's lifetime. In fact, I think it was Isaac Newton that said, if I have seen further, it is because I have stood on the shoulders of giants. And so our African ancestors were giants, and humanity has stood on their shoulders to reach the level of scientific literacy that we are and scientific advancement that we're seeing. So we need to accept it. Get in these institutions. We don't have to do the conspiracy thing no more. Like, you don't believe the earth flat, you can literally become an astronaut. What's stopping you? You know what I mean? If you don't believe genetics is real, you can literally become a geneticist. You can get in the lab. Hell, you can swab yourself nowadays and send your own genetic data to a lab. So I just want to jump on, man, and say that I ain't gonna hold you up. I know we at that hour mark, so I appreciate you, bro. Real talk.
Oh yeah, man. I want to make sure. I thought we had cleared it up yesterday about the Neanderthal, but people act like we didn't. We really did, though. I'm not. You remember the question you had asked?
Yeah, right.
So
yeah.
Yeah, you know how it go. Everybody want to get a win for no reason. But it's all good, man. But no, Malcolm, I appreciate you coming through, man. I appreciate your work on the ground with real people, with real ideas and real help and training people to be sound at what they're doing. So, we always appreciate that, bro.
Appreciate that, fam. No doubt.
Yeah, that's real. All right. But yeah, man, we up against it, man. Bobby Banger Show, man. Appreciate everybody that came through, man. Yeah, man, it's going down, man. Y'all may think, right? Let me put the banner on. All right. It's that time of the show, man. Show some love if you haven't. If you have, man, that's real talk, man. We building that war chest over here. So let's see. Y'all already know it's gonna be African spirituality versus science, man. Right? We seen the movie. See, act like we ain't seen the movie. We standing at the end of the movie, right? Or have the ability to make a new movie. Will we make the new movie with Stone Age ideas? Or will we make the movie with refurbished, remodeled, diversified ideas? Science is constantly working for humanity. African spirituality is stuck. And that's exactly what religion do. It's stuck. Look at it. Look at the biblical text. It's stuck. It's in a specific time period. It's right there. And it's talking about people in a particular place and time. This is what religion do. It embodies ancestry. It doesn't add new ancestry to it. It's stuck in particular times. So where is this African spirituality at? We will ask these questions. Where can I find it at? Last time I checked, Homo sapiens sapien is the African ape. Is spirituality religion? Is religion spirituality? Y'all know what the answer is, man. We don't got to play with ourselves. It's the same thing. Ah, boy, I knew I ain't got time for you this morning. What you need? What's on your head? You got 2 minutes. What's up?
Hey, what's up? Yeah, I'm not
What's
sure
good?
which one. I don't know if you want to go back to that, to look a little into that African spirituality. Seems like you don't really understand that That's where the idea of science comes from.
Okay.
I wanted to bring that out, that African spirituality is science in itself. When you look at the definition of science, you're going to realize that it's the observation, of the world around you. Then you're applying the things that you learned from that observation, and you're carrying it out. That's actually what's happening when you're practicing African spirituality. You're analyzing the world around you, and then you're utilizing that knowledge, to your advantage. So in itself, just being African spirituality is actually a culture too. It's a way of life. It's not a religion. Like, I hear a lot of people talking, and they think that it's like religion here in the U.S. or just like religion around the world. It's not like that. It's a way of life. It's a way of thinking. It's a way of looking at the earth and recognizing everything is connected. Everything is the respect. When you practice African spirituality, the respect that you have for everything is totally different than when you practice in these Abraham religions. I mean, you really see and you're looking at the world as one, as all respectable. You don't look at the animals as if you're above them. You look at they're on equal, or they're on par with you. And then just the idea of going back and getting African spirituality, the importance of going back and getting it. One of the main things is we got to fight colonization. One of the main causes of colonization we have to fight, the first and foremost one, is mental colonization. And that's what African spirituality allows you to do. It's part of one of the things you need to do is reject the mindset that is forced upon us through our oppressors. We have to get that out of the way first. And start looking and embracing the things that they stripped from us. See, through colonization, they intentionally took things from us for a reason, to have the effect that they have today. So we had to go back and retrieve that. You know what I'm saying? And reject. I'm talking about everything. I mean, reject the language, reject everything that they took from us, and replaced. And that's one of the main reasons we need it.
So you basically saying that nobody else have that?
Nobody else.
No other humans have that?
Have
you don't
what?
think it's a human thing? I think it's a human thing.
I'm not
I think human beings in general looked at their natural world for survivability.
No, well, no, I'm saying as far as, you're saying of what science is, but what I'm saying, African spirituality is that science, just in the nature of itself. You know what I mean? In the nature, just when you say even something as small as saying it takes a village to raise a child, that is science in itself. It's the observation and understanding that you need more than just those two parents when it comes to raising someone and getting the results you want from them. So it's science in itself when you understand the definition. Also, when we look at some of the biggest revolts, revolutions, like the Haitian Revolution and things like that, that is one of the main sources of strength that we had in which gave us the ability to fight against our enslavers, was the knowledge of that African spirituality grants you. I mean, the knowledge that you learn from having it. When you practice African spirituality, you really look at the trees and all that, so you actually can talk to them. You can talk to the animals and really understand them. You know what I mean? I don't mean a verbal conversation, but I mean a discussion. You can talk with them. So I mean, even today, you can look in certain places in Africa and you'll see people being able to live right amongst wild crocodiles, fire facts, all that.
Because what they say back though?
Okay, and what the trees say back? Hold on, we reached where the rubber meets the road.
Okay.
They say if you let a person talk long enough, you're gonna fly. You just flew.
All right.
So you basically saying we talking to trees, but you don't mean talking to trees, but you do mean talking to trees.
Okay, so what I mean is like,
hold on.
Okay.
I was quiet and cordial. We want to practice this here, right? That's the point. The fact that you think you can talk to wild, we live around wild animals now.
Right.
I'm saying science helps you understand the wild animals.
Was George Washington
live detail? Hold on, in real live detail. So you could practice your African spirituality and still be a scientist. You just can't mix this shit up, bro. So I've never said that. So when I say science, we're talking about science.
Was George Washington
modern science? Hold on. We're talking about empirical data. We're talking about the scientific method. We're not talking about you applying a European word to what you think Africans was doing. We're gonna get into all that. We gotta get serious with breaking this shit down.
George Washington.
It ain't gonna be today, but during that debate, we're gonna get into it. Kyle, you want to say something?
Yo, what up,
What up?
And peace to you, brother. Well, I guess I got two questions really. My to the brother that was talking about African spirituality systems being the foundation of science. My question is, can science be wrong?
Of course.
Okay. Will you also accept that that particular science may have been flawed?
It's not a particular science. It's a way of life. It's just living and understanding the world around you. Not a
Well,
practice. I mean,
well,
it's not a science like that. You know what I mean?
but you said out of your mouth like 3 minutes ago that it is a science. So I'm asking you a specific question, bro. Like, can
And is it? You're saying it? Is it? Can it be wrong? Like, can it be wrong? What science in general, like observing the world, could that be wrong?
could
No.
that could that particular perspective of what you call science could that be wrong? Like okay, let me explain. Right, in science, there always is a mechanism. Right, there always is something that causes the end result. And so in that particular science, and I get what you're saying, like as far as like the Haitian revolts or whatever, what they use that for was for motivation. But what we're referring to is a mechanism to cause change in our actual lives today so that we can interface and be productive. So like what can you bring from those actual sciences that you're referring to, aka spiritualities, that will be beneficial for your children, my children going forward?
It's the actual way of life. So you just live in a certain kind of way. That way alone, you know what I mean? It makes you, like you said, it's you're approaching the world and looking at the world pretty much through a scientific lens, even though we're considering it spirituality. Everything that you're doing, it takes knowledge and understanding. I mean, you have to learn everything. You're paying close attention to the world around you. So everything that's set up is set up to an advantage. Like you can pretty much look and see that we're on a much higher level of understanding and connection with the world when we're practicing African spirituality, something like Odinani or Ife or something. I mean, it's understanding. It's let me see how I can explain it to you. Like a
Why
lot
are
of
you driving? Why are you driving the car, yo? You flying through nature, 60 miles an hour. Yo, you're not getting it. Why don't you walk? You can get a better. You can smell it better. Why don't you do that?
Why should I? I mean, I can drive.
Oh,
I'm not a misunderstanding. I'm not saying see you're confused.
Can't use your African
I'm
spirituality to
just saying,
transport yourself.
no, I mean all of that.
Give me the benefits. Hold on. Hold on. Give me the benefits of things that I cannot do if I don't have African traditional spirituality.
Okay.
I'm listening.
I mean, I'm give you some things that you cannot do.
I can't do. The fact that I don't practice African spirituality, what am I missing out on? See, this is where the rubber meets the road.
Okay, so say like when you look at people that don't practice African spirituality,
like me,
they'll do things like create plastic. You know what I mean? And put on or we'll live in amongst a religious type of people that say we love the planet, but you see actually polluted. You see them destroy the ozone layer. See, when you practice an African spirituality, those kind of things, those kind of inventions, those kind of things, those
real quick. Do me a favor. All right, hold on. Do me a favor. Do me a favor. You see that you see your door right there where your seatbelt come out?
Mm-hmm.
Touch that real quick. Yeah, get rid of that shit. It's plastic, nigga. You aiding and abetting.
Mm-hmm.
See?
Yeah.
Wow. So you don't practice African spirituality, do you?
No, I'm not saying. Listen, I live in a world that has those things.
So why are you using it then?
But I would prefer not to. And if we didn't,
you prefer not. All right. Okay, freeze it. We're gonna move on. Hold on, we're gonna move on. Google Scholar, what's up?
Are you mad?
I'm not mad.
What's going on, y'all? How are y'all doing this morning?
How you doing, man? How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling all right. Yeah, I just wanted to make a little point, if you don't mind. I think what I see happening a lot is a lot of people confuse the results of science with actual science. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because we have to understand first and foremost that science is a methodology. It's the methodology that's science. What we get when we apply that methodology, that's not science. That's the result of the science. Right? So when you get things like a car, right? It's not science. It's the end result of applying the methodology to understand how the world works and to create the internal combustion engine and to fit all the parts together to make a car, right? So it's not like science is the result that people think it is. It is the methodology, and so what we call traditional African spirituality that's more culture than science. That could because that's not a methodology.
Nope.
Because a methodology you would have to apply that in all situations. And when it comes to what we call spirituality, we don't apply that in all situations. There's some situations where when you get sick and you go to the doctor and the doctor says we got to do a procedure, we got in order for you to live, we got to take the arm. You can apply spirituality to that, right?
But probably would do that. They would suggest that. I mean, they're doctors as well, scientists, doctors. That's all part of African spirituality.
So what's the difference between African spirituality and other spirituality? Because other spiritual system would have
it depends
methodology ways in how you live your life and what you do when certain things happen. So what's the difference?
Traditional European paganism. What's the difference?
Yeah, if you tell me which one you're talking about.
I'm talking about traditional European spirituality.
Let's talk about the Eastern systems.
Yeah, I don't know of them having any.
Yeah, they do. You should read. You should read the book.
Tell me about it.
They do the same thing. They worship nature. Same thing.
No.
That's no super ordinary.
Give me the name of it then. What is it called?
I said you told me African spirituality. I told you traditional European spirituality. Can I not do it that way?
Nani, I got specific, and I'd like you to be specific on the European.
It's just traditional European paganism where they worship. Come on, yo. What you want me to do?
There's not one. It doesn't exist.
Yes, it do. That's crazy.
Okay, what's the name, please?
Yeah, I'm just telling you.
How about Wiccan? Start with Wiccan.
Let's Google. On, let's Google the name
you
of
say
it.
Start with Wiki.
No,
Wicker.
Can I get in?
Wiccan.
Yeah, you can get in. Go ahead, sis. What's on your mind?
I'm on my walk. I just been posted in the chat like 20 million times. What is the actual African system of spirituality that you follow? And what are its tenets? Because now you just challenge them to narrow it down to a specific European spirituality system. But you haven't narrowed down your African spirituality system and its tenets for us to learn from. I'll listen.
Yes, I like Old Denani, you know what I mean? But I'm not gonna go too much further into that. You know,
why not?
Why not?
Because I want
really?
question first. I'll go into it. Someone claim they made the suggestive statement that there's in Europe they have the same thing. So
they do have nature worship, yo. That's crazy.
Don't let him go past that. Don't let him go past that. He's been talking about how powerful African spirituality is. So why don't you educate us on the tenets of the system that you use so we can apply it starting today?
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not a teacher in it, but I can advise. I can give you some advice to practice.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm not gonna go into. If you really want to get those, you probably talk to someone like say, "Cool, I got a couple links I could give you to." You know, the medicine.
But you can't give us examples from your own life and how you use these tenets in your own life. You can't even do that.
Just basic way of living. It's just my basic way of living good. You know what I mean? Living intelligent, the way you carry yourself. That is one way in itself, a tenet of African spirituality. Just a proper
really okay.
Living. Yes. You know what I'm saying? I know that's something that doesn't sound right to you. You know what I mean? And I know that a lot of us just don't understand that in order to combat colonization, we must first decolonize our minds. Can't have your mind decolonized when you have your mind wrapped around a religion that was purposely injected into your mind to capture to have you in the position that we have us in mentally as a people. That's the reason. Colonization, the steps they take are for a reason. When
now, let's move on.
Sounds like a nothing burger, but thank you.
How we gonna move on? Let's get another call. Let's get another call in here, man.
And if
tell you where you at.
We can study it. We can look it up.
We ain't gotta look that up. I ain't believe you.
You don't believe that you don't believe in decolonization of the mind?
Nope. I don't believe the way you saying, the way you presenting. I don't believe you.
Do you think colonization of the mind is a good thing to have? You think you should have a colonized mind?
Sound like something.
No, I think you should be in your natural. I think you should be educated, and colonization was a real process. And it is what you want me to say. And it went against the tenets of cultures that it affected. So we're well aware of all that. But what I'm saying now is you can't go back. That shit's over with, yo.
Why?
Right. So now we got to develop things to deal with our environment now.
You can't reject.
And nobody's rejecting anything. I'm saying the pure being just insane to think that other people didn't worship trees and didn't worship their animals. Native Americans did it. They got totems, right? They was nature worship, right? The Paleolithic religions. Hold on, the Paleolithic religions in Europe, they worship nature, the animals. Like that's not exclusively continental. That's why I be thinking people don't let me finish. We don't gotta yell over each other. I'm saying, so for me, all humans have done this. The reason is in Africa because right now the reason is still there because first of all, Africa has been underdeveloped by colonialism. Because left to their own devices, they would have gotten rid of it. Trust me, they would have progressed about that. They would have simplified the thing. They would have did a whole. Trust me, right? The evolution of religion is clear. So that's why we can literally tell what the Stone Age religions is, what the modernized religions. Christianity is fast paced, dog. We don't got to do the sacrifice. The sacrifice already taken. We don't got to do. We just believe one. That's it. It's over with.
Make believe stuff, right?
No, it's not. It's all make believe. That's why it's called spirituality and religion.
No, spirituality isn't make believe.
Oh, yes, it is. I'm not gonna argue with you with that.
If I could add one.
Yes, you can get in there.
If I could add one other thing, is that what?
Hey, hold on. Let me do this real quick. I always love this. I love this right here. It sounds like the HOK is becoming anti-African. Damn, Saw. Mind your business. Mind your business. None of y'all Negropeans practice traditional African spirituality. Whenever I show my altar, y'all niggas joke me and crack jokes, but yet claim to be African. It's ridiculous to me. Y'all niggas don't even got an altar. Hold on, bro. None of y'all do, but talk crazy and be ridiculous. Anti-African, nigga, I beat the drum of Africa so damn much, I forgot I was living in America. So you think I'm listening to anything anybody would say to that? Black African power. Go ahead.
Yeah, no,
Google
what I
Scholar,
was saying,
anti-African. Nigga, I brought the Africa to you. Stop it.
Sounds a little bit like a hater, but what I was saying,
that's a hate. That's why I like to glorify my haters, though. But go ahead.
What I like is that what I notice is that culture is something that evolves, you know. But what I find is that these I don't want to say these niggas, but because I'm not specifically talking this brother. But what I'm saying is that culture changes anywhere you look. Culture changes, but what I see is people fighting to hold on to a culture so that it not change, and that is anti-science, because science is about change, right? So if you believe in an African spirituality, which is African culture, you have to embrace that and realize that it changes. Culture always changes. No culture stays the same. If you look over the history of man, culture always changes. So you need to change with the culture and stop holding on to a culture that is in the past and has changed and is leaving you behind.
So are you saying you like to have the colonized mind and you think that it'd be best for us?
No, we're going to Fake Tang right now. Hold on, bro. Fake Tang, where you at?
What up, boss? What up?
Hey, I'm saying it right, yo. Fake Tang. Do I got it right?
It's Fat Tang. You know, I
tell
you
this I want to get that right. Fat Tang.
That's how we say fire in Atlanta. We say fire.
I got you. Fire. Fat Tang.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I just want to say, man, it's crazy how people are still trying to hold on to something that is clearly, I'm gonna use the words played out. Spirituality is played out. Like we literally do not need it anymore. Literally. Even science, the sciences of the world are beginning to learn more about the mind and the brain function and things. So a lot of things we philosophize about, we're starting to figure out about ourselves. So like spirituality is, what is a spirit? Where is a spirit? Those questions can't even be answered, but people want to talk about spirituality. Like Sekou was saying, it's looking into yourself and finding your inner, like that's all that mumbo jumbo make believe stuff they be doing. Like
looking inside
the meaning of life, you give life meaning.
Have you ever
hold on, bro. Calm down, take a breath. No dog is out there searching for the meaning of life. No dolphin is out there searching for the meaning of life. But humans are searching for the meaning of life. No, we're creating the meaning of life while we're here.
That's a great point.
Spirit has been awakened. I don't want to make him wait too long. Go ahead.
No, that's a great point right there. I thought that each human being has the ability to, make their own life, choose what they want to give to the world, give meaning to their life, right? I thought we had that choice. It's almost starting to seem like that African spirituality is anti-human at the end of the day, anti your ability to develop on your own. Like, so each human being give meaning to life. That's clear, because we know that humans created African spirituality, European spirituality, all that, right? And then they fight over which one is the best, which is crazy. Makes no sense, right? So I'm saying the spirituality is just that, is man's belief system, right? It's actually a mechanism that co-opts your natural belief system, because we naturally believe as human beings, but it's co-opted by spirituality and religion. That's a easy proving right there. So you wasn't born with that. And if a person tells you that, they're lying. They're not being honest, and they're being very, very disingenuous. So actually, in actuality, to be anti-change and anti-development, that's really anti-African. Because last time I checked, for 350,000 years on the continent of Africa, you see the development of a Homo sapiens sapien. You see them pushing and moving forward. Now we get to the point where we don't want to accept science and act like you anti-African if you presenting science. We can go right here, all right, to methodology in African prehistory, general history of Africa. Talks about how technology and science and technology in Africa led the way for the first million years. So I don't quite understand this anti-scientific rhetoric. And if you push with science and lead with science, and you all of a sudden, no, Africa is trying to get to the place of science now. It's just African Americans sitting around making it up. The continental Africans are saying, man, we taught of that. We ain't doing that. And the record will show. In that debate, I will show you. The record will show. We don't have to argue this point right here, right? Money talk and bullshit walk. We don't got to argue this. This is not an argument, bro. Anyway, going long I need. We have to go. We got 3 more minutes left.
I want to say something to close out, but I'll mute out now.
What's good with it?
How you doing? What's going on, Bella?
I was gonna say he made a mistake too, because it ain't no universal African religion. Africans have multiple religions. That's an oxymoron. Just saying it's one African.
I said spirituality, so it encompasses all of it.
That's an oxymoron. It ain't just one.
It's like 3,000 plus.
The root is but the root,
hey, Pete, that's what say Kudu. He say spirituality to encompass all of it. That way he don't have to specifically show no knowledge of either of them. Because if you ask them to break down one that ain't so popular, they won't know nothing about it.
So do I get
they need cherry picking. They go get the things that they want to build with their argument out of each spiritual system. They get a little bit from over here, a little bit over here. Then they say, "Hey, look how great this is," but you neglect the fact that it's a lot of flaws in the rest of those things. And I think that's a disingenuous argument to make.
So I agree. Before I get to all right, it's hard to get in because like
because I doubt Ghana's gonna be blowing into a cat.
What we're saying here, so we do understand. We all understand what colonization is. We all understand that we've been enslaved and colonized with the intent to remove our spiritualities, our connection with the earth. They intentionally remove that. They intentionally remove all the necessary things that make us whole. And what we're agreeing to, or you guys agreeing to on the panel, is that was a good thing, and you want to stay like that.
No, sir. No, we're not even talking about that. Stop it. That's not even the topic of the conversation. We're talking about spirituality.
Let me finish what I'm saying.
I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
I sat here for all of y'all's, response. I just want to, let's be fair. So what I'm saying is that, of course, intelligent thought would tell you, of course, they use a certain process to put people in the world in the position they're in through colonization. So when you study colonization, you'll look at tenets of it. What are they using it for? There's a directive. So if you want to counter that, then you have to actually reverse those things. You have to reverse
all colonization ain't the same either. It's different systems of colonization. They ain't all the same either.
Right. And how do you know who's connected, who is not connected to the earth on this panel? Do you recycle? Do you recycle? Do you compost? Do you compost?
What? No, he's driving the car.
Do you recycle and compost on a regular basis, sir?
Oh man, you killed him with that. He died.
He jump on in the bushes. He don't no compost.
I had a phone call coming in. You said,
Do you recycle and compost on a regular basis? Do you live a zero waste life?
no, I don't.
Oh, okay.
All
Okay.
right.
South African.
Exactly.
I'm not sure what, okay,
Oh,
You're not sure
man.
what it is, and you talking to us about being connected to the
colonized
earth?
mind. Would you prefer to stay colonized? Yes or no?
I have one
Clearly
question.
you are. Clearly you
Would you
are.
prefer?
You're not even understanding how
Would you
living a
prefer?
zero waste life is connected to the
Listen. Would
very
you
thing that you're
prefer?
trying to express to us.
Would you prefer to remain colonized, or would you like to become decolonized? Would you like to decolonize your
You're
mind, or do you like
funny.
it?
I'd
This
answer
is
that
funny.
question. So
Would you like
I
to
All
would
right, let's
like.
do
decolonize
this
your
real
mind?
quick.
Or,
Hold
hey,
on for a
listen.
minute. Hold on for a minute, bro. We not tripping.
It's a simple question.
You're looking very colonized with that chain on, with that nice car you driving, yo, with the nice haircut.
That got
You're
nothing to do-
looking very colonized there, bro. I ain't mad at you, yo. Matter of fact, you're looking kind of happy colonized there, bro.
I just want to ask them
Very
which African
Very
spirituality system
comfortable.
should we follow?
I mean, what does that have to do with anything? My comfort,
You talking about colonized. You in the car chilling.
that has nothing to do with anything.
Is not a car a product of colonization?
Something like I don't get it.
I'm asking you a question. Is a
Right.
car a product of colonization?
Is my car a product of colonization? Like I don't understand the question.
Okay, well, next. Go ahead. Somebody next. Somebody want to say something? Who was that?
You
I
got
just want to ask him which African spirituality system is he vying for? Like which one is he saying?
I asked him that.
Which
But
one
he
you
don't
fighting
got
for,
one.
Shorty?
Let's see if he give a better answer.
I said Odinani, and you couldn't understand it.
No, because you didn't explain it. How you mean we can't understand it? You didn't even explain it.
Right.
Yeah, Odilani.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna sit here and try to break down and teach you.
Odilani.
Right. You don't want to break it down.
Can you give me an example of how that will assist us in this American system?
I do have links I can share with you. You know, so I'm endorsing African spirituality, but I'm not here to teach you what it is. I'm here to endorse it.
Man, that's okay. Listen. Hold on. First of all, no one has a problem with you endorsing whatever thing you make your boat float. I'm not anti-African spirituality. I'm against people like you mixing and matching and acting like it's to save you. That's the nonsense. That's your personal thing. If that brings you comfortability and silence, man, who am I to tell you? What I'm saying is you tripping with all the extra stuff. You and say cool, y'all do way too much. That's a personal decision that anybody on this panel can make, anybody listen, if they so choose, right, to practice African spirituality, man, I'm a back you 100%. But what I'm saying is don't practice this shit and then make science a daggone, oh, it's against human. That's nonsense. Science is for humanity, period. So that's my point. Don't try to mix it together because you can't. Don't try to act like African spirituality is science because it's not. And that's the thing I'm fighting against. I'm fighting against people like say cool that act like African spirituality is some kind of science. It is not. It ain't no way remotely close to being that. It is what it is, and it's a beautiful thing on its own. We don't gotta make it scientific. We don't gotta do none of that. And y'all wow for that. That is my point, bro. So let somebody else talk. Come on, man. Somebody else wanted to say something. Relax. You gotta relax, yo. Use your African spirituality, Oda Damati, to calm you down.
No, you're upset about the African.
I'm not upset. I'm not.
Colonization will turn an African person into an
colonization will have you driving a car to work.
Right. In the AC.
In the AC. I'm colonizing this AC.
On the cell phone.
On the cell phone. Colonized. I hate it.
On YouTube.
On YouTube. I hate it. Boy, y'all got, hey man, see, that's what Say Cool do. I already figure out how he fight. He try to demonize you. If you, some kind of way, if you don't practice African spirituality, you can't exist as a human being. That's crazy to me. Oh man, that's wild. Hey man, look. Hey, look, I don't want to keep you still talking, yo. I put you in the black hole, you still talking.
You know, but hey, don't decolonize your mind. I try to help you. I think
appreciate you, yo.
You did not.
Remember, you failed the litmus test, though.
They colonized.
You didn't even give us any
failed. I told you not to. You don't want to. Though. I don't talk no more.
That's a nice Cuban link you wearing too, yo.
You should stay there. Thank you, man.
Nice Cuban link. It took some of that good American money, didn't it?
think, bro.
What is he saying is making us colonized?
I don't know what's
Right?
making us colonized, yo.
Oh, why y'all asking that? He ain't even trying to teach us the tenets of the system he taught.
You right.
We colonized, man. Nobody. You act like we sitting around here thinking that everything white people did made sense and was right. You act like we sitting around that everything is gravy in North America. You act like we sitting around and don't recognize police brutality. You acting like we don't realize systemic racism is in our damn community. You act like we don't sit here and realize, yo, that what they did was the wildest thing on planet Earth, yo. You act like we ain't realizing all that. I mean, we is realizing all that. And what we want to do is we want to change that process, bro. We want to make sure that we never in that position again, yo. And I'm saying African spirituality didn't stop us from being in that damn position, bro. Knock it off, yo. With that, man, look, man, we're not listening to the fake Africans. They fake. They don't really believe what they're saying out their mouth. They live in North America with all the luxuries, right? But yet want us to practice something they not even willing to practice themselves. They fake practice it. They talk crazy about me in an altar I got with my mother and my aunt on there. Oh, uncle, look at you. Oh, you're an atheist, nigga. I'm still honoring the people that came before me, but they talk crazy about that. Look at any video. The people that claim to be African, they wild out on me for it. Y'all need to make y'all mind up. My mind is made up. We're going to deal with science, right? We're going to make sure that we do it at the highest level. We're going to educate ourselves. We're going to diversify what we're learning and how we learn it. We're going to be financially literate, yo. We're going to take care of our families, and we're still going to fight for the rights of Black people. We're going to fight for our rights in North America. We're going to fight for our families. We're going to fight for our communities. And by the way, right, we're going to reach out and help Africa. We're going to do all that. We're not going to listen to these people talk about, you don't pray to African spirit. Man, knock it up. You don't even know what African spirituality is, because for real, you wouldn't really want to practice it, bro. You ain't really about that life. I was about that life.
No, you're
so
not.
At the end of the day, y'all be fake app. Sekou is a fake app. He faking.
And all that. That's
he faking. He faking y'all out. He not about that life.
Hey,
all of that.
You do sacrifices, bro? Have you done?
No, he don't do that.
So that you feel to talk trash and all that. That's not.
I'm not talking trash. How many sacrifices you did today?
It's a lot of those things, but that's cool.
How many sacrifices you did today?
I understand. It's not about a sacrifice, bro.
Oh, I'm right. Yes, it is.
That's the whole point, bro.
That's the whole point of it. Stop it.
Someone said spirituality, and they think it's some kind of spirit. That's come from religion. That's not. So
stop using the word.
I would like to have something to say in the closeout, Bobby.
I got you.
So the word, right? Present the definition of word. So
just listen. All you got to do is just try something else, yo.
Yeah,
because African spirituality is based in it's steeped. It's steeped in sacrifice, bro.
Decolonization.
Why don't you just read?
For it or
African spirituality? Why don't you read it?
For it or against it?
There's a lot of mechanisms that are at play.
If you're
with African spirituality, it's not just one item, right? It's very complex. Hold on, it's very complex, right? And I'm saying the Africans is trying to get away from it because it's too much.
No, they're not. Now, I asked you that. I want to ask you again. Decolonization of the
we done. We want to close out. We done. Good conversation.
No, you don't think that's important?
What? Man,
decolonization of the mind.
I don't think you think it's important.
I think it's very important.
Why?
Now, do you?
Why?
Because
hold on. What does it mean to be colonized? Go ahead. Vaccine to take a vac. Hold on, let me get it straight. If you get vaccinated, that's a colonized mindset, right?
No. What are you talking about?
Oh no. So you good with that?
No, see, that's another thing from Africa.
No, I'm asking you a question. So what do you? So explain to us. What do you mean? What do you mean that I'm gonna let the sister close out? What do you mean by hold on? Listen, you got your chance, bro.
You're asking me what do I mean, and then when I try to talk, you say,
no, okay, but go ahead and say it, but don't put me on a wild rabbit hole.
You want me to answer the question or hold on? I can't do both at the same time.
No, I'm saying, what do you mean by we colonize? Who is colonized? What do you mean? What do you mean?
What language are you speaking?
This nigga crazy. Hey man, look, go ahead, Miss Tiff.
I just wanted to say
this nigga spoke English the whole time like he came here speaking Tree. or Zulu.
Let me wait.
Nigga, go ahead and speak in Zulu. You speak in English, crispy English, sound like a white boy English. But that and such and such a bit of catalog, surrounded by plastic, driving a car, right? Big old gold rope on, chilling with a piece on it, talking about we colonize. You wild out. Hey, yo, you gotta knock that off, yo. Hey, stop it.
I don't want me to answer though.
Stop it. No, I don't want you to answer that. Right. No, I'm down. Go ahead, Miss Tiff. We good. We catch you tomorrow, yo. You had enough time. You had your time in the sun, and you're cool. This nigga got a coupe. He got a Mercedes coupe talking about we colonized. Nigga driving a Mercedes coupe talking about we kept. Boy, you bet. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's the fake
Okay.
African.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
So
Go
all
ahead.
I wanted to say was that the little things that we were able to get out of him to assess what African spirituality are things that most of us do in our own lives already anyway. African spirituality systems may serve as a framework to filter those things through, and that's fine if that's what you choose. But I think that most people who live a good life, high moral character, you have to excuse me, I'm doing my morning walk. High moral character, care about their community, their family, take care of them, take care of themselves. You don't necessarily have to have a specific framework to do that with. If you choose to, so be it. But don't try to make us feel like we are problematic because we don't choose your specific framework that you haven't even been able to lay out for us specifically. That's all I got to say.
I mean, absolutely, man. Let me show you we're not anti-African, yo. We're going to let you close the show, yo, with something slick for the listening audience, yo, that would help change our lives based off of using African spirituality. Go ahead, brother.
All right, thanks. So once again, as I said, I mean, there are many different things that'll show you, how the benefits of African spirituality. And I just want to clear some of the things up, like Sonya said earlier, when you seem like you don't understand how it works with science or looked at it weird when I said talk about speaking to the plants and things like that. What I was talking about is something that like George Washington Carver dealt with. And I know you heard of him, and these are the things that he explained. I know you recognize him as a scientist, but as a scientist, he explained to you what he was doing when he was dealing with those plants. He's actually communicating with them, and he's able to come up with all kind of different inventions based off of his communication with these plants. Now, this is something that goes back to West Africa, or go back to Africa in general.
All right, man. I ain't say start lying. I say close out not with a lie. Yo, you gonna leave out that man?
You never.
You gonna leave out the fact that this man was a real scientist, yo?
Yes, and he spoke to the plants, and this is what he
Man,
said.
I'm gonna say this again. Are you trying to lie to us and
No, I'm
tell
not.
us that the fact that he spoke to the damn plants is what made him understand biology of the plant?
No,
When it's clear that he learned about biology of plants based off his education, yo.
He most likely
See,
was.
now I can't let you close out. He's lying. Ladies and gentlemen, don't let him tell that old fake story. That's been a fake story circulating the conscious community forever. This man was highly educated, George Washington Carver, right? Highly educated in what he was doing. So if you think you're gonna run out there and talk to some damn plants and get some shit out of it, yo, you're gonna waste your life. See, what science does, it brings the dream forward. From the imaginations of human beings, right? It brings it forward. So you got two children. They both dream. They both have imagination. One gravitate to their aunt more. It talks about science. One gravitates to their mother more. That gravitates to quote unquote belief systems and believing, right? And so they both have visions and dreams of imagining things that they want to bring forward. One spends their whole lifetime dreaming and hoping and wishing with an anti-scientific attitude because that's the way their mother taught them and raised them. One was taught and raised, right, by his aunt, right, to respect science and bring the dream or vision forward out your head. Because, see, that's essentially what humans do. They imagine things first, right? At 160,000 years, there's clear in the record of human beings, right, that their imagination was starting to work. This is the earliest such form of imagination. And then we see how they start doing things that were very, very creative based off of that. Start bringing forward certain technologies, certain colors, certain paints, certain things, right? So what I'm saying is, it's never the job for us to stop the imagination of the babies. It's our job to give them tools that would allow them to bring their dreams and imagination forward. Ladies and gentlemen, science has presented itself to be one of the best tools to do that. We're not trying to stop you from practicing your spirituality. We're saying that, yes, if you want to bring those dreams forward, right, you're going to have some technical ability to actually do that. Our early ancestors did it to the best of their ability, and as they got better, as things moved on, as they learned things through steps, right, we said how things progressed. So we're not knocking our ancestors at all. What we're saying is, yo, like he said, they was actually colonized. And that slowed down their progression at what they could have did and what they couldn't have done. So we're not knocking nobody's religion. That's cool. What we're saying is stop trying to make your little spirituality and religion, quote unquote, science, because it's not. Man, yo, we had a lot of stars that came out tonight, man. And you know we appreciate everybody that came through, man. This is important, right? We appreciate everybody that came through, man. Hit them cash, man. We know what a little DQ, man. Appreciate you, yo. Appreciate you, appreciate everybody that came through, man. Appreciate y'all sliding through the morning show, man. The morning bang, man. Y'all know what it is, man. We put it together, man. We appreciate you, man. Make sure y'all support that debate because it's going all the way down, ladies and gentlemen. We ain't playing, man. We're going to make sure it's clear. Did you understand what it is we doing around here? We ain't going to be halfway crook. We're going straight forward, man. September 15th. Tickets is $30, man. Welcome to the big leagues, man. Brother Say Cool. And me, Brother we're going to be in that gun. We're going to be in that ring. Shout out to all the people that came through, man. I see you, Chad, man. Gang is Herbert, Morris Sign, Ebony Knowledge, Shadow God, Kai Yell, Miss Tiffany, Shiat, Regular Joe, Mississippi Mud, they was all in here. Man, y'all know what it is, man. I'm your host, God Killer, and a pseudo always dies at their source. See y'all tomorrow, man. Same time, same channel, man. Sarnetta TV, Black News 102. We're skeptical of everything that human beings tell us. Like and subscribe, man, to the family channels, man. And big up to the brothers and sisters that support. Big up to all my haters. And we out.